All right, Panther fans. Stu's with me. The Panthers are 4-0, and we don't know what to do with ourselves. Um, quite literally. There's nothing to complain about, so I'm not even going to pretend to make up something. Well, the only thing I'll complain about is Frank Bertrano's face. Guy, it's ass kick last night. And I feel bad for that kid because he took 2 sticks to the face and was just bleeding. But other than that, what the hell do we do now, Stu? I mean, we're gonna have what do we have? 4 games. We got 78 games left. When will we ever have something to complain about, or is it 82-0? Are we winning like 70 games this year? What's going on, man?
Um, I just can. Is it
Exactly.
possible? Is it possible that my prediction of 20 wins in the first 25? No.
Yeah,
Listen,
I don't know what it was, but it was some crazy amount. But it's every day that becomes more of a reality in the sense that now I think it was like 20, and let's just say it was like 20-5, right? Let's just say it was that. At this point, we would have to go 16-5 for that to happen, and that's not difficult.
I'd like to see 18 wins out of 25. I don't, well,
Yeah.
will it happen?
Okay.
I don't know.
I don't know,
But they're,
but-
you know, they're doing what I said they needed to do, and that's get out to a good start,
Yep.
have the goaltending. I mean, what did I say last night? Oh, I said something. I tweeted a storm up last night after I got home from the game, and I said something like, let's not get excited. It's only 4 games. When we're leading the league after 25 games,
Right.
we can start
Yeah.
getting excited. Okay.
Right. Yeah,
So,
and I agree with that because I mean, look, we came from behind, beat Pittsburgh. The Islanders were missing Varlamov. Tampa Bay, obviously, we kind of have their number anyway. In the regular season, I should say. Don't jump on me for that, Lightning fans. In the regular season, we've at least had Vasilevsky's number most of the time here. And then last night, Colorado comes in, and I guess the point I'm making is like the Islanders and Colorado, especially, they didn't look like the same teams that were playing at the end of last season. You know what I mean?
No, it's just that we're better.
Right. Yeah. I mean, look,
the keys to the game last night, and they tweeted it obviously before the game, was getting that first goal, getting out to a good start, having Bob be Bob.
Right. And that's the thing you want to talk about.
And stopping McKinnon.
Right. Yeah.
And the defense was all over him last night. And those are the type of guys, Ovechkin, Stamkos, you have to smother them the minute they touch the puck. I mean,
right.
All I want to see is Stamkos get the puck on the boards and someone, like Gouda slam him,
Right.
Legally.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But those are the guys you need to punish, because every time they think they're going to come in, untouched, they got to know when they get that puck, they're going to pay the price.
Right. Yeah, no, and that's how that magic wand frozen cereal box got on my wall, because I got sick of Ekblad and Yandel using the stick like a magic wand instead of somebody taking the body.
Ekblad got lucky last night. He did a Matheson stick swing.
Yeah.
Stick swing on one 2-on-1.
Well,
Bob,
that's the thing.
I'm so happy, because you remember when I said, Bob's a professional. He's been around a while. He's been, Vezina Trophy winner, blah, blah, blah. He's got a kid now that's going to be challenging for his job.
Right. And a kid now too. He's got a kid.
He's going to be playing out of his mind to say, fuck you to all the people that said, Bob sucks. We got to trade him. Why are we paying him all this money?
I don't know anybody, bro. Who are you talking about, man? What?
The best was that press conference. And if everybody who watched that press conference, he said he deleted his social media account. So obviously he must have been reading it.
Yeah.
He's got the baby now. So
Right.
he's got the family life and the hockey life. And when he's doing the hockey life, he's 110% focused. And
Right.
he looks
Oh yeah,
focused.
it's like a different. I mean, it's literally. I mean, he doesn't even look like he looked in Columbus, because in
Yeah. No,
Columbus he was
I
making up
tweeted it.
for being out of position with the speed. Now he's sound and in position.
Yeah. Yeah. They've been working on stuff. Like I
Yeah,
said, I tweeted up a storm when I got home from the game. So if you guys want to go on my timeline, what I
yeah,
said was it looks like he's been reborn.
yeah. That's a really good.
That's
That's a really
the
good.
word I'll use. Reborn.
Yeah, yeah. And
You
look, some
know?
of that might have been what we saw, or at least what I had talked about with, the video I watched. I watched a lot of video of him over the summer, and that was the kind of one thing that I did see was he wasn't, it wasn't like he'd slow down a lot, but he'd slow down that eighth of a second. And in hockey, if you're going to just rely on your speed, that eighth of a second, the puck's in the back of the net. That's all. That's all that needs. So maybe that was kind of part of what they figured out this summer was like, look, you're gonna have to work on being square to the shooter and being in position, reading the play. You see him reading the play. Coley was talking about it last night. I don't know about for you, but for me, I'm still a little bit like, I mean, I'm enjoying it, but like when it's a 2-on-1 or the breakaway, I'm still like, oh geez, here we go. Oh geez, oh here we, and then he's making the saves, and I'm like, wait, what did I? It's like backwards, you know what I mean? It's
Well,
like
the three things that I'm noticing, his side to side is a lot quicker.
Mhm.
Like you said, he's coming out, taking the angles out, and there's no rebounds.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
gave up so many juicy rebounds in the last year and 2 years, whatever.
yeah,
And guys would just, guys weren't boxed out and they were popping goals in. I think
yeah.
he's cut down on that a lot.
Well, and also in the Tampa game, the rebounds that he was giving up, 2 or 3 times, and Joe did it, Uyghur did it, Ekblad did it. And that's just off the top of my head, where the defenseman was stationed right near Bob and got the puck out of harm's way. That's the one. It did hurt us on the one time because Uyghur was standing behind Bob, and remember the goal actually got past Bob and bounced off of Uyghur and in the net. But it looks like just like what you said. Just he got coached up all summer, and and now it's like we were feeling that we had this possible, deep playoff run team, and we were kind of figuring at some point Knight was just, I mean, Knight was going to be the guy, you know what I mean? And now, wow, what what are we
I'll
going to
tell
do if Bob actually turns out to be worth the 10 million and we got Spencer Knight sitting there? Because eventually Knight's got to get paid too, right? I mean, we could end up with the opposite problem, right? We could end up going, how can we pay both because we want to pay Bob? That would be perfect Panthers karma.
I'll tell you another difference. And when you're at the game, it's a lot different because you can zero in on a player. And that's what I love to do. I like to zero in on a specific player and watch that player during the night.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah.
I noticed one play that was interesting, and that was Colorado guy had the puck behind the net, and Montour, I could see in his brain, he was thinking, do I go chase him or do I stay in front and cover the guy that's coming in towards the net? And he didn't go after the guy behind the net. He covered the guy, and the guy behind the net really didn't have that option anymore. That's something that we were guilty of.
Yeah.
The last couple of years, whatever. Puck chasing, going after the guy and leaving the guys in front. So, and then the forwards are coming back also. So they're playing a team game where, they're not letting those gimmies in. I call them gimmies.
No, it really looks like
the teams have to work for their goals, and that's why they're not scoring. That's why they're not. I mean,
no, we've allowed 3 in 3 games, right?
Two of the goals in the Pittsburgh game, one was deflected off Ekblad and one was deflected off Uyghur.
Right.
So theoretically, Bob only gave 2 goals up that game.
Yeah.
He gave up 1 goal in what? In
the Islanders game.
In the Islander game, and he gave up 1 goal last night.
I know. I don't know what to do. Right? So let's talk a little bit about the third line because again, Stu was right. In fact, we're just gonna change the name of this show from Panthers Review with Jaws and Stu to Stu was right again.
What can I say? I mean, I don't, if you have something that's working, why change it?
Right.
If something's not working, then you got to make a change. That's why Duclair is back on the first line. Reinhart, obviously, we talked before the season when they got Reinhart and chemistry. It's so important.
Right.
Even though Reinhart's, a top player,
Right.
It obviously didn't work with Barkov and Verhaeghe. And we know from last year that Duclair being up there, they worked.
Yeah. Right.
And I think, the chemistry between Lundell and Reinhart and Marchment, you can't take anything away from Marchment.
No, that was your point.
He didn't get enough credit, like on that, I've watched that replay of the Lundell's first goal. And they were like, what a play by Reinhart. That play was made by Marchment on the wall, boxing out the other guy.
Yeah.
And what was it, Tampa?
No, that was last night, right?
No. Last night it was the last game.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, when Lundell got his first goal.
Right.
Marchment started that play. He got the second assist, but he didn't get any recognition on the replay. I tweeted it to Goldie.
Right.
Last night, it was a for sure icing. And
that's the one we're talking
his ass
about.
Down there.
Right.
He got there pretty much right before Colorado guy.
Yeah.
And again, beat him off the wall, off the backboards for the puck.
Yeah.
And centered it out perfectly. Boom, in the net.
So, and I remember that now because I was surprised they didn't call the icing because that's like when with the Colorado guy going hard into the boards like that, that's why they changed the rule. You know what I mean? That's specifically why, so that guys weren't, knew that they could slow down at some point. So I was actually surprised. I didn't look, but it wouldn't be surprised if Colorado fans were kind of bitching that wasn't called an icing.
I can tell you, I'm sitting in my company's suite. And we're pretty much not right inside the blue line, between the blue line and the dot in the zone where the Panthers shoot twice.
Right.
Marchment had a step on him.
Okay.
All right. You don't see that on TV.
Yeah, on TV, it's like
you see it live. Marchment beat it. And I was waiting for the ref to, because most of the time they call that icing. It's like a given.
Yeah, if it's even close,
I could see Marchment pulling away from the Colorado guy, and I looked at the linesman, and his hand wasn't going up. So, but that's
excuse me.
That's the little things that can change a game. That could change a game, and it did.
And the thing of it is, we're saying that's the third line, but a lot of teams would be happy with that being their second line, especially the way Lundell was over 60% in the circle. And it's funny that after the first game, we talked with Billy about that, and he agreed. It's like, it takes a center a while to get used to it. Apparently not.
That's one thing like we didn't even think about when we were talking about him. But wow, that we could, depend. Amazing.
Well, that's
16 out of 19 so far.
I know, and that's
so we can put him out there. We can put him out there in
any situation.
Crucial, Hughes obviously got so much confidence in this kid, and he's 20, but he plays like a 6-7 year veteran.
Yeah, I don't want to say he's better than when Barkov started, but it ain't.
Don't say it.
I'm not saying that. What I will say though,
players.
Yeah,
they're two different players.
Yeah.
Barkov is Barkov. So anybody that says Lundell is I did it myself last night. I tweeted something to Kevin Weeks in the NHL Network about how great how fun he is to watch, and he's Barkov 2.0, but he's really not. Barkov's got that smooth, he's got the long reach, he's got that smooth, like no effort greatness.
Right.
Lundell is more energy
Yeah,
type of
yeah,
guy.
I
Now,
noticed that.
if anybody's watching this and they watch the NHL Network, because I was driving home and I didn't get to see, supposedly after my tweet, Kevin Weeks had some really nice things to say about Wendell. So if anybody could comment and let me know what he said or tweet it or
Right.
DM it to me, I'm curious. But,
Okay.
Weeksy is a big, he can't show it, but Weeks is a big Panther fan. He started his career here. I've been friendly with him for 28 years and, we DM with each other and, he's always praising the Panthers.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
and as far as the defense is concerned, that's really where I don't know what to do with myself because there's nothing to complain about. I mean, we've got our 6, and if these 6 stay healthy, my whole theory of we needed a top 4 guy, throw it out the door. You know what I mean? And we both.
yeah, I don't know where this Julevy, whatever his name is.
Julevi, yeah.
Yeah, Julevi. I don't know where he's going to fit in. I like, there's another player I was zeroing in on last night, Connaughton.
Yeah,
Connaughton. I was big on last year that, in my mind, didn't get the playing time he should have.
Right.
But so far, all I can say about the defense is nobody's, a superstar standing out and tearing it up with goals and whatever.
But we don't need it.
They're just doing their job and, not letting goals go in. And that's all you can ask for. I mean, we don't need a superstar defenseman.
Well, that's what would happen, before, Ekblad was trying to do too much. And then when Ekblad went out, Uyghur was doing too much. And even they were getting caught. Now, whenever it looks like there's going to be a breakaway, because you're watching it, at the game, you could see it, but on TV, it's like, oh, here comes a breakaway, and then they pan the camera, and it's like, oh, Connaughton's already back. There's somebody already back there. We're not used to that as Panther fans, so I mean, it's just.
Yeah, they're doing a lot of. There's always one guy seem to be dragging back, waiting for, a turnover and then the rush. I don't know how many 2-on-1s. I mean, there was a breakaway last night, but. There aren't too many of those odd man rushes this year.
No, not as many, but the same thing has happened with different result. Bob's at least had 2 games where in the first period he stopped the breakaway and then we went down and scored. And all the last 2 years, that puck's in the back of the net. The puck's in the back of the net and the game is completely changed.
That's confidence, Eric.
Yeah. And goalie keeps saying it. It's those timely saves, man. It's just. You can make the highlight saves, but it's when you make that save, and that's allowed us to score first.
And as we know, and we've said, the team feeds off on that.
Right. Yeah. So, all right. So what do we got? Philadelphia Saturday.
Yeah. So we got Philly on Saturday,
and then the Coyotes.
Arizona on Monday. I'm gonna try and go to the game on Wednesday against Boston.
Yeah, that's right. We got Boston.
And then next Friday we got Detroit, and then the next day, Saturday, we got Boston. So we played Boston 2 times in 4 days.
In 4 days, yeah. Well,
that's gonna be a big test because Boston Panther games are freaking another like Tampa is. It's a war, and every time we play Boston, all I want to see is Marchand getting crushed.
I know it. We all
Marchand the Rat has always been my number 1 hated player.
Right.
Gudas was number 2, but now
but not so much anymore. No.
Gudas is my favorite now. He's off the list. So really, there's nothing else to say. We played a great game last night.
Yeah,
we're rolling. We know we're going to lose eventually. We're going to lose a game.
Eventually,
it's just, right? But
we'll lose maybe 10 this year. 70, 10 and 2.
We should, and now we can't lose to these teams. I really don't know how good Philly is. Arizona, we should beat Philly in Arizona.
Right. Well,
Boston's going to be a tough one. Detroit, they're up and coming, but we should beat them. So there's no reason why 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So in the next 5 games,
Yeah, 8
there's no
points.
reason why we can't go 7-2, 7-1-1 or whatever.
Right,
There's no
right, right,
reason why
right.
we can't win.
Right.
The key is just taking it a game at a time.
Yep.
A period at a time.
Yeah.
There's no quit. And the thing that we have that other teams don't have is, and I'll say it again, we have an offensive juggernaut.
We are, yeah.
We have 3 lines.
Yeah.
That
Look,
can produce at any time.
The fourth line,
And
it doesn't exactly stink either. You know what I mean?
That's basically giving some breath of air to the other lines.
Yeah, yeah.
But,
the guy, like I said, I feel bad for Vetrano because he's taking a couple bad penalties, but that's it. He's just not scoring. He's not playing poorly. And then last night he got his face beat the crap out of twice. And you could just see the poor kid's frustration. But with the depth on this team,
I feel bad for Lomberg.
Yeah, Lomberg. Well, that's what I said in my recap last night. Give Frank's face the night off and let Lomberg get back on the ice.
Yeah, but Luosterainen played really good. So Thornton should play once in a while.
Right.
Thornton's on the team to win the cup.
Yeah.
So let him play a couple of games here and there, and then let him play in the playoffs. And just let him win the cup. As far as I'm concerned, he should not be on the ice. He's too slow.
His ice time probably increased when Achari went out. You know what I mean? They probably felt, but no, he's not. That was still an interesting signing. I mean, you want it to be the feel good story and locker room guy and all of that, but at the same time, it's just like, man, I'm not gonna lie. I would like to see with the lack of pressure that this fourth line has, and Achari's not out there. I'd like to see what Saron Noel could do. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Again, it ain't happen.
No, I know. Not
like I said about trading for this is the team we have.
Yeah.
Okay. It's just a question of, when does Q, move some of the pieces around and keep a guy out one night and put another guy in. Right now, we got good juju going. Why mess with it?
Yeah. No, but when
I want to talk about the power play, like
sure.
So they got Hornquist back on there.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, one of the I think it was an Ekblad shot, hit him either in the stick or the midsection.
Right.
But he was right in the goalie's face. The big thing on that power play is they got to shoot. They're trying to be too fancy, and they're not shooting. And that's something that they move it around quickly and they shoot. So I'd like to see more of that. Other than that, I think we're done, bro.
Yep, we're done. We're done until Sunday. We'll be back on Sunday. All right, Panther
and it's
fans.
Raining now, so I'm not going to be able to hear you.
Is it raining? Okay. All right, guys.
Every time we do a video, something happens.
Something happens. All right. No, we did good. We did good. I'll talk to you later, bud.
Have a good one, guys.
Yep.